Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And well, I was going to tell you that we had this significant pullback and the sentiment didn't look so good. But the New York Stock Exchange opened up with a little bit of a bounce, and that bounce has just come over to crypto. It's so interesting the way those two markets are still coupled. And we've got some switches being flipped onto green. Bitcoin is trading at 49,081, and there is a little bit of green just popping up as we see that market in the United States on a very upbeat day. So I think if we have a good day in the market there, we're going to see a good market here in crypto. It's just crazy. The entire global market cap is about 2.2 trillion. We did lose 1.67% in the last 24 hours, and the volume was just terrible. So we lost, a 39% decrease. I think that's going to change though today. So let's just keep a watch on the traditional market, and that will probably be continued until we see a decoupling. And, it just drives you crazy, right? Because all the altcoins are still so joined at the hip with Bitcoin that everybody is just, holding their breath as to what Bitcoin wants to do. All right, we are going to go to this very good tweet that came from the XRP Foundation. They are a nonprofit foundation that is so important to the ecosystem of the ledger. And let me just read it to you. It says that it's been a hectic couple of weeks on the network. We've been silent on social media, but rest assured that because we're in the thick of things, despite improvements in the latest release, we aren't out of the woods yet. Dozens of people are working on what needs to be done. So I'm really happy to hear from them because they are really the leaders of the XRP Ledger. It was back in September 2020 when XRP was, the ledger was given $6.5 million from Ripple, GateHub, and Coil. And the foundation's work is really to serve the growing numbers of developers that are coming to build on the ledger. Now, I know it's decentralized, but still within a decentralized organization, you still have someone that is tasked with doing things like, as they do, print up that unique node list every year. And they're that kind of central body that tries to get everybody to communicate, because you've got a list of 40 node operators or validators that are responsible for deciding what goes first in terms of priority to be worked on, how the proposals are going to be handled, and the voting of what gets done and what doesn't get done. So the XRP Ledger Foundation, as David says here, when that money was distributed, that the performance and feature set of the ledger is led by the foundation for its future growth. And just so you know too, Weetza Wind is on the board of the foundation. So I'm really happy to see that they are communicating, and no doubt they are really, really busy. But I think we're going to get more updates from them. It was in July of this last year that the foundation moved into their new offices in this very cool building in Estonia. You can see that they're putting up their xrplf.org sign. That is the same as their URL. So if you want to know more, that's where you would go do your research. So the task that they do on a yearly basis is this publishing of the unique node list. And this is an interesting one that was done in July. They added 3 new people. One of them was the issuer of Casino Coin. One was a signal provider that you might be familiar with if you're delegating your Songbird to Flare or to the Songbird platform, because it's the ftso.eu group. They also operate a validator. And the last one is somebody who's been in the community a long time. They are handy at patching servers on a large scale. that would be Jon Nielsen, who is in Norway. And when they added those three, they actually took one from Ripple. So one Ripple server was removed, leaving just 5. And also Oconto.com expressed that they wish to discontinue running a validator. So their wish was granted, and that left the entire final list of 40. So I want to just point out one more person in the community. This is the information about Oconto first, though. The reason why they decided not to continue operating, I do believe, is because they were acquired by Bitfrost, and they were going to build out their OTC and lending services in crypto. So I think they just were looking for a little bit of focus. All right, this is a community member that is running a full history node on the XRP Ledger, and that is supported by the XRPcluster.com. It's Robert Swarthout, and he is just seems like the nicest guy. He put out this tweet that he's happy to answer any questions and share his specs on his machine if anybody is interested in doing what he is doing. I think it was Santiago that asked the question. So if you want to do a little research before you reach out to him, if you're serious about that, you can go to the xrpcluster.com, and that will give you information on how it filters out verified scam accounts and talks about the routing. Also talks about other benefits that really bring the ecosystem its robust and scalable features, especially when it goes through the growth as it is seen in the last few months. And if you want to participate in other ways and not run a full node, full history node, there are ways to do that. You can run just a regular node. You can also contribute to other people who are maybe going to do that if you're not wanting to do it yourself. You can troubleshoot, you can join in conversations. I mean, there must be at least a dozen ways that you can participate in this community. So I think if you do participate, whether you're sharing on Twitter, building or supporting the ecosystem, I think being an active community member is a really good thing. And you want to see that you're in a very exciting space, because this is, especially in the fintech blockchain size is supposed to increase by 9 billion in a very short period of time. And North America is expected to occupy 44% of that. So that is going to happen according to this market research by 2025. That is going to come so soon. So there are just so many opportunities to have experience in this space, and you can take that experience and leverage it with the future growth of how this marketplace is going to build out. Now, the global market share might be less than this 44%, I think, if Congress and Gensler don't handle the digital assets with care. You know, I work on 2 different projects, 2 outside projects, and it's interesting. Both of them are in Canada. And I was talking to one today on a Zoom call, and there is just no way they would ever come to the United States because of the current situation that we have in terms of the way crypto is being handled. So I think if Gensler and Congress don't improve, I don't believe that 44% is going to be attainable. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Here is a Ripple partner. This is Money Match. They just redid their website, and they are highlighting the fact that you can get these really lightning fast transfers to select EU countries that are powered by Ripplenet blockchain. So located in Malaysia, they are in the center of what is building out so fast with a crypto-friendly attitude. And they're also working with the Brunei Central Bank, testing digital remittances and cross-border payments, utilizing blockchain technology, and they're doing it in a sandbox. This sandbox is going to continue until May 20th, 2022. So it looks like to me that Southeast Asia is really poised to have a chance to get a larger piece of the pie. Now, Dr. Rosalind Layton, I think you are familiar with her because she has been writing some very good articles about the SEC versus Ripple, and she has a new article that she put out online on Sunday, and it's about the opaque rules and the crippling lawsuits by the SEC. Gensler and Clayton, of course, many of you know, spoke together in their fireside chat that took no questions. Attorney John Deaton was even there, representing now 62,000 of us, the retail investors that the SEC is supposed to protect, right? Gensler has just fallen into Clayton's shoes, continuing the regulation by enforcement action. And the New York Times is also aware of this and starting to cover it even more. They have an article about their meetup, and they noticed how, well, the two of them are so remarkably aligned. Well, it's not so remarkable since I'm sure they both spoke to each other privately before the event. It was just too much of a dance for me to think that they hadn't prepared for that little closed chat. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. This is a picture that David Schwartz put out. It is from Antarctica, where he is traveling, and he took a picture of these cute little penguins. In Japan, they call them pengi. I think they are adorable. I really think they're cute. Well, I got to thinking, the penguins are not native, or they don't naturally reside in Japan, but Japan does have a very, very strange little native rodent, which is a rabbit. Can you believe it? It doesn't look like a rabbit, right? But it is a Japanese rabbit that lives in the South Islands of Japan. I don't think it's so cute, but I will show you something that is really super cute. It is the dwarf flying squirrel. I think it is just unbelievably adorable with his big eyes, and look at the fuzzy furry body and his cute little nose and smile and whiskers. Very cute. People do keep them as pets here in Japan, and I think they're very social too. They are what I've seen. They like to be handled, and I know it's probably a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's not good at all to keep these types of animals in captivity. I agree with you, but I can tell you that I think they do kind of well in captivity. So I'm not sure if they will ever domesticate them. Probably not, but they are cute, aren't they? And then last but not least, I wanted to share with you one more new upload that came from Tanaka Tatsuya. He's the Japanese photographer that takes these everyday items and then puts them into a miniature scene that is always putting a smile on my face. This is what he did. He went to a hotel to do his photo shoot. So this is, you can't really see what's happening here. So let's get a close-up. He's taken the toothbrush and turned it into what looks like a lamppost, right? And then the parking for the bicycles is a comb. Oh, I just think his work is so out of the box. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.